Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. One of the things that I love about Tommy Robinson is that he's a very intelligent individual and he doesn't back down from the truth. Whereas a lot of other people, they seem to lie through the skin of their teeth, like Piers Morgan calling Tommy Robinson someone that incites violence and causes riots to unfold, which we know is not true. And Piers has not provided a shred of evidence since making those statements. See, the mainstream media loves to paint Tommy Robinson in a certain negative light, but we all know that the people of the UK, if you are a working class individual or if you're just someone with common sense, love Tommy Robinson. Why? Because he speaks the truth. He speaks a lot of common sense, and I love that. Tommy Robinson has recently come back to the UK, and I hope and I pray that that was a wise decision for him to do, because if he is to get arrested and to be thrown in prison, the likelihood of him surviving is quite slim, because a lot of people, believe it or not, want Tommy gone. They want him out of the picture, especially the UK government, because they're afraid of him. They're afraid of someone that speaks the truth and uncovers and exposes all of their corruption. There's a lot of corruption in the world right now, and I'm getting sick and tired of it. I am fed up and jack tired of all the lies. I am sick of the deceit. I cannot stand that people nowadays, especially in positions of power, are so adamant to gaslight and lie to your face. And when you hear the truth finally from an authentic human being like Tommy Robinson, it's a breath of fresh air. And then you see the establishment government go after him. Why? Because again, they're afraid. They're afraid that they will get exposed and their lies and their corruption will be revealed. We already know that it's there. We can already see it. If you've got your head screwed on straight, you can already see it. Tommy Robinson has been screaming about this for many, many years. People are finally starting to wake up because it is hitting them personally. I know a lot of people are also afraid to speak up and speak out because they'll get arrested and charged and whatnot, which is just out of this world. It really is. Like, freedom of speech in the UK is becoming non-existent. That's why I'm rather nervous with Tommy. But in the same respect, Tommy made a very courageous choice. While I'm not entirely in favor of it, I think it is a great thing that he has chosen courage over fear. Yes, he's afraid, but he's still choosing to do the right thing in spite of the fear. And that, for me, earns him so many extra brownie points and so much more respect. I am trying to get him on my show so I can speak to the man, because my goodness me, he is just someone that in many ways I can relate to in what he's saying. And I'm all in favor of what he's saying, because he's not a hateful person. He's not. He's someone that speaks the truth. And I think in today's day and age, we need more people that will speak up and speak out and start sharing the truth. So Tommy Robinson shared a video clip the other day, which I thought was quite powerful, of him actually confronting some very sick and twisted Muslim men that thought it's okay to have you know what with a child. It's fine. But for Tommy Robinson, it's not fine. And for everybody else that lives in reality, it's not fine. It's quite sick and vile. But to hear these Muslim men try and defend themselves and try and say that because in their religion, you're allowed to do it, just because their religion says you should do it doesn't mean you should do it. Like, for goodness sake, like, the Old Testament is full of stuff that the Israelites should have done. Doesn't mean that we do it today. No, it's the Old Testament, but the Quran says a lot of stuff. It was written goodness knows how long ago, and they're trying to apply all of that to today. Doesn't make it right for way back then, but they're making it equally right to today. And you're going, hang on a minute. How is any of that right? None of it is right. Yes, it may be a cultural thing, but I don't think so. I think it's just a human decency thing to leave innocent young kids alone, to let them be. You see videos on social media of a 13-year-old kid that is being married off to some old dude, and she's crying. She's freaking out. I would be too. You're 13 years old and your entire life is uprooted and taken away from you to be given to somebody else. It's like you're a slave. That's what we call human trafficking. All in the name of this perverted religion that the extremists love and believe and take to the extreme. It's not right. Am I saying this is about all Muslims? No, I'm not. I said the extremists, the ones that take the Quran even more literally, go to the nth degree. And so they are wording young British citizens, young girls on the streets. They're stabbing them. They're killing so many young people and even adults, and they're getting away with it. Why? Because Keir Starmer, he's too afraid of being called an Islamophobia, Islamophobiast, or whatever the hell the term is. It's not Islamophobia to actually show concern for your safety. That's exactly what Tommy Robinson is talking about. So have a watch of this clip of him literally ripping these men a new one.
Aisha.
What's the age?
How old was she?
What's the age?
No, answer the question. Don't debauch it. Answer the question.
In this country, what's the age of consent 100 years ago?
100 years ago, I don't.
Yeah,
It was. We don't live 100 years ago. Yeah, I believe that was wrong.
Okay, we don't live
Do you believe the Prophet? No, what's the Prophet Muhammad perfect? What's the Prophet Muhammad perfect? What's the Prophet Muhammad perfect? Okay, so having a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old. How old was she then? How old was she? How old was she? Okay, 9.
Yeah.
And that's perfect, is it? You sick barbarians, man. Yeah, it's perfect. See, you're here with a mask up. You're a paedophile. You support paedophilia, and you're here to tell me that I'm wrong. Yeah, you are. You just said it's perfect to sleep with a child.
No, because how many people in this country sleep with young girls? 90% of the pedophiles are from English.
You believe that having a girl when she starts puberty is fine, isn't it?
Yeah, that's allowed.
Yeah, that's sick. You're sick. You're a paedophile. You're a nonce. You're a nonce, bruv. You're on camera. Take your mask off so the country can see your paedophile face. Let me see it. Okay, so you think it's okay to have a child?
No.
Who starts puberty? Someone who starts puberty.
She passed puberty age, yeah?
So if someone starts puberty, then it's okay to have sex.
Yes.
So my daughter, who was 9, or 10, is it okay to have sex with her?
Did she pass puberty?
If she's past puberty at 10.
It all depends on the
You
rules of the
sick
country.
nonce. You sick nonce. See, this is the problem why we have men round raping kids, because you think it's all right.
No.
Take your mask off. Let him rape you. Hold on, can't you die? You're going to die of COVID. You're going to die of COVID.
Oh, yeah.
It's airborne. It's airborne. Remember, it's airborne. You weirdos, man. Do you know how much? Do you know your mentality? You're cavemen. You're cavemen. You're cavemen. You're a caveman. You're a caveman. You're a barbarian. What? A child starts puberty.
You're Christian.
I am a Christian, yeah.
Yeah, what is the age of consent in your religion?
There is an age consent. We don't have an age consent religion. We live under law. We have separation of church and state.
Okay.
Unlike you weirdos who believe that.
We're not weirdos.
You are a weirdo, bruv. You think you can pubescent child.
What is the age of consent in Christianity?
I do understand it. I do understand it. You've made it very clear. You made it clear. When a child starts puberty, you can have sex with him.
No, you don't just go to any 9-year-old and be like, no.
No. Who decides how mature she is? You. Who? Oh, the parents. So you decide the maturity of your 9-year-old.
For my 9-year-old, of course.
And if your 9-year-old, and you think if your 9-year-old is mature,
if she's maturely ready, physically ready, then that's how you determine.
On the 29th of August, 2022, which by the way is my birthday, Tommy Robinson is out there on the UK streets ripping these disgusting men an actual new one, talking about how the Prophet Muhammad, who supposedly, according to the Muslims, is perfect, which, by the way, no one's perfect but God and Jesus, his son, God's son, Jesus, okay? But yet they go, oh, he's perfect, but he also had, you know what, with a 9-year-old. And they call that okay because that 9-year-old evidently hit the age of puberty. So it makes it right somehow? No, man, it's still disgusting. That's what we call pedophilia. It's disgusting. I don't think the Quran had the word minor attracted persons in there. I think they completely removed all of that and normalized actual pedophilia, which I think is horrific, disgusting, sick. And to watch these men with masks on their face trying to hide their identity, like, it just goes to show you everything. And when you've got people on the streets as well saying we want Sharia law in full effect, they're going to allow this kind of stuff to happen to the likes of British citizens, young kids. Your kid, if you're watching this, can't let it happen, man. Tommy goes, the difference between me and those who oppress me, I fully understand how they think. And he does. But the thing is, these people are trying to normalize disgusting and vile behavior. That, to me, is wrong. It shouldn't actually happen. So why is it happening? Because the government is going, I don't want to be called or labeled an Islamophobic or whatever. But you know what? We'll allow them to go around wording innocent kids and say that it's okay for, in the name of their religion. It's vile. It's honestly vile. You're looking into the faces at the moment. Tommy is looking into the faces of actual demon-possessed individuals. I believe that. You know why? Because no person in their right mind thinks that it's okay to have you know what with an innocent young child. Doesn't matter if they've gone through puberty or not. Innocent young kid. That's just twisted, isn't it? And they want to say, oh, it's normal because the Prophet Muhammad did it. So therefore that makes it right for me. The Prophet Muhammad, all these years ago, he did it all the way back then. So somehow it makes it normal to today. Where do these people get off? Honestly, I just love how Tommy just dismantled each one of their so-called arguments. It's just, and that was a couple of years ago, 2 years ago now, that happened. But it's only amplified. It's only tripled since that video was done. So I think what Tommy is doing, continuing to sound the alarm on this, is brilliant. And Tommy, if you're watching this, mate, please continue. Keep up the great job. I'm doing the best that I can to support you all the way here in Australia. So we're going to have the same problem here in Australia if we don't keep speaking up and speaking out against this nonsense. Anyway, my friends, you guys take care. You be blessed. And I'll see you all in the next video.